vlog viewers. So Drew and I are in Turkey. We're actually in Istanbul right now. We arrived yesterday. It was a very long and tiring trip from Portland to Atlanta to New York to Amsterdam to Turkey. But we're finally here. We're here for I think 12 days, right? So we're in Istanbul today. We're gonna go see the Blue Mosque, the Basilisk Cistern, which is like their underground water system, or was their underground water system during the Ottoman Empire. But so that's what we're doing. Come check out Istanbul with us, and it should be a good time. I realize that I'm gonna have to do a little voiceover work in these videos just so you understand what I'm showing you in the footage. Right now you're just seeing some buildings that I thought were interesting looking in Istanbul. They have no historical significance whatsoever, or at least I wasn't told that they did, so I could be wrong. But the first place that we actually visited in Istanbul is probably the most popular place in Istanbul, and maybe one of the most popular places in Turkey. It's the Blue Mosque. It was started to be built in 1609 by Ahmed I, and it took 7 years to complete. It's an amazing building. The reason it's called the Blue Mosque, it also has another name which I'm going to show you right about now. But the reason it's called the Blue Mosque is because on the inside, the ceiling is blue. It's actually still an active mosque. So in Islam, there are 5 prayers a day. So 5 times a day, this is shut down to the tourists. So it's pretty amazing that it's still an active mosque, because there is a lot of people that travel through here. The last thing I want to say about it is before you enter, women have to cover their heads. If you don't have a scarf, they will provide one for you. And men, it is actually okay to wear shorts, but it has to be below the kneecap, I believe. I didn't wear shorts. And then everybody has to remove their shoes. Photography is allowed inside, and you're going to see just how amazing this building is.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا
Okay, now directly across from the Blue Mosque is Ayasofya, or Hagia Sophia. It was a Christian church originally. It's been around for 916 years. It's a very interesting building, and the history between this building and the Blue Mosque, because they're probably like a half a mile from each other, is very intriguing. So I've put some links down in the information section below if you want to look more into it. In 1453, with the conquest of Istanbul by Sultan Mehmed, where he converted it into a mosque. So originally it was used as a Christian church, then it was converted into a mosque. When they converted it, they had to do a lot of redecorating, I guess you could say. Part of the redecorating is, one, they had to cover up any sort of Christian imagery, and there's a lot of paintings of Jesus, as you can see kind of up there top of the ceiling. There's a lot of paintings of Jesus, so they had to cover all of that up, which they did with plaster. A lot of it's been removed, and you can see a lot of the paintings now, but you can also see that there's some Islamic symbols there. At the very front, where I guess a priest would give his sermon, they shifted that when they converted it into a mosque. You can kind of see it in the distance. It kind of looks like it's crooked. That's because they had to face it towards Mecca when they converted it into a mosque. So the building is very interesting, because it started out as a church and then turned into a mosque. There's a lot. You probably saw some of the construction. There's been a lot of earthquakes in Turkey, so they've had to kind of reconstruct some of it. If you ever get the chance, definitely check out the Blue Mosque. If you're in Istanbul, you're going to go to the Blue Mosque in Hagia Sophia more than likely. It's a very awesome building, and like I said, if you want to know more information about the mosque or Hagia Sophia, please check out the information section down below. So that was the Blue Mosque in Ayasofya. Istanbul has a lot of sights to see, and I honestly just didn't have enough time to see everything. You need probably at least a week to see everything there is to see in Istanbul. It's a really amazing city, and it's really beautiful. This is just kind of a random park that we stumbled upon. The small clips here you're going to see is of the Grand Bazaar. It's a huge shopping center in the middle of Istanbul. And when I say huge, I can't stress enough how large it is. And this last clip is the Bosphorus River in the evening. This bridge here has a lot of fishermen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's going to do it. That wraps up the first few days of Istanbul. There'll be many more videos to come. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.